Well, good morning, everybody. It's Friday, March 9th, and I'm sitting in the 8870, 8970, and the 8120. We're after the 8120. These have been plugged in overnight, about 20 degrees. Let's see what these do. See if they do anything. Oh yeah. This one should pop right off too. One thing we gotta deal with are those tires. Here's a couple of the duals. One dual here, one dual on that side, and one dual on the 88. It's not hot, cold, and things are getting it's gonna happen. So I gotta deal with that stuff. Do some rearranging, and then we'll pull up 81. Start up, no problem. Oh yeah, feels good. I love the smell of diesel in the morning. I just gotta back out those. Back that one, I'll pull this one out, move tool truck. Thinking I might try to start the 8430 and put the 89 over there, and then we'll put the 8430 where the corn planter was, or is right now, and then put the corn planter up, put the 8870 where this is sitting, and then we'll pull the corn planter in so we can work on it. We'll see. I don't know, that's what I got in my head right now. Dashing through the snow. Yeah, alright. I had my fun. At least with this tractor. I was kind of thinking I was going to bring the 81 out here at first, and then I'm like, well, I didn't know how much I'd squish through because we've had, this snow's new. And then before that I was in its 40s, so I didn't know if I'd be squishing through to the mud on the field, but had my little fun there. Time to get back to business. I always find it kind of wild just how much wider the hood is with the Cummins in here. Just from the 8870 to the 8970, it just feels like such a bigger tractor. And it is, but that's only the next series down. Pull this one over here. I'm not going to go bombing around in this one because that side shooting off. I don't know who's all the bolts. I don't want to move them all either, so how's that for lazy? The tool truck's being a little stubborn, so we got the battery charger on that. So we're going to check the quality of the grain in a couple of the bins. Obviously I'm in a soybean bin right now. What I mean by that is I'm checking to make sure the grain's not spoiling. Take my other glove off here. Just simply by sticking your hand down in a ways, you can feel, you know, is it still cold? Or if you feel hot and it's clumped together, you got issues. So we haven't moved the grain. I'm comfortable coming in here. You can see it's still piled up. We have not pulled a load out of here. I'm not worried that it's crusted over and I'm gonna fall through and get covered in grain. Still a risk, yes, but I'm comfortable. So I actually need to set you guys down because I got about, I don't know, 2.5 feet, 2 feet of clearance to crawl around in here, and it's just gonna be a bunch of shaking video if I leave you guys on. All right, I'm in the next bin here. I'm gonna try to stay out of the light for you guys. I have the onset of issues here. Can you see this? The way this is crusted, the second I touch it, it breaks. There's obviously this is a big clump right here. You can see the steam, maybe a little bit, barely. There is about 2 inches of crust, very light crust on the top here. A few moldy beans. We need to get a little more air on this bib. no problem. That's why we check it. That's why we check it often. And they look fine. I think we caught it plenty early enough. So we're gonna get some air on this bin, but that's what we're looking for. Stuff like this. So I'll check this bin off that it needs a little air. And it's not easy stepping through this green. Fill your boots. Actually, my boots are staying pretty good right now, but you could always put duct tape around them or rubber bands. But yeah, it's typical when the temperatures get to like 50, then down to 20. You get condensation. In this bin's case, a little moisture gets through the middle section there, and that's why it's crusted up just in the peak there. Corn's also cool. The beans are cool in the other bin. We might just let it play out and keep a close eye on it, and if they heat up, we'll put some air on it, but it's always good to keep an eye on these things. Oh, it's too much fun. Too much fun. Got this thing in the snow. I should have said dashing through the snow in a big old green tractor. Over the hills I go. Yeah, whatever. You can feel the snow depth a little more in this one. The way it's clawing down. Oh, this is too fun. Too fun. Oh yeah. This is the life. This is the life. Well, we're already back. I didn't get any video. The sun was glaring in the shed that I was backing into, so no video of hooking up to this thing. It's just a simple 3-point pickup and take off. And then we're back over here at the bin site here. I'm gonna get put in the shed here in a second. We got corn in there that's not GMO, and we're going back to GMO corn this year, so we got to drain all the seed corn out of there and get that out of there. That'll probably be a different video, but then we got quite a few things to do to the planter too. Oh yeah, there's a little bit in there. All right. So there's nowhere near as much seed. Maybe you can see the lines down about there on the other side, but somebody got carried away dumping seed bags last year. I don't know what happened, if we just pushing the rain and we wanted to make sure we had enough seed. I have absolutely no idea what happened or why there's so much. So it's still coming out of there and we get that emptied out. But the other project we're gonna do, we got the Yetter 2x2s that we put on last year. I'm gonna put them on. We're gonna have them on both sides. You can see we got some used ones. I'm gonna take them apart and get them mounted so they're on both sides. And then the other thing, one of the other things is this. We got another pump, so we're gonna be able to pump starter, liquid starter, and then one of the sides will have that 32% nitrogen that'll be getting side dressed. And then we're also gonna put in. I think he said he's got 3 smart firmers. So in here, as you're going along, we'll pick different rows, like probably this row, skip 2, 1 row and skip 2, and then another row. And it'll sense the organic matter and all sorts of information it'll sense, and it can change your rate, your population and everything. You can set it so it'll change and save you seed or put more seed in where there's better ground and vice versa. So that'll be really nice too, but there is a lot to do. We're also going to switch out this tank for a bigger tank so we're able to carry 400 gallons of, right now that's a 250 I think, and we're going to be able to carry like 400 gallons of starter fluid, and then we'll still pull that 1,000-gallon thing with 32% nitrogen. So yeah, then we're going to go through it. We got to get all the monitors mounted in there, all electronics mounted in there, get the auto steer set up in this rig. We got a lot to do yet, so that's why we're able to, we got to get it going here in March. Even though there's snow on the ground, there's a lot to do, so I got to pay attention to this and stop this here soon. You can see it's just about down to that section, and then gotta get another barrel here. Got these 4 rows on. Let's see what they look like now. So if you look from behind here, that's what we're putting on right here. This one. So
the seed will come shoot down the middle of that. We'll make the seed trench down the middle, and then about 2 inches off each side will be side dress and nitrogen. Well, folks, that's going to be it here. Got the planter moved over, some of those 2x2s put on. Also looked at how we're going to mount that new pump. Got a little bit of headache to figure that out, but we're going to make it work. Figure out what kind of supplies we need for running the lines for the starter and those additional 2x2s. And then we're going to have to get the bracket made up for trains. Gonna get a bracket made up to hold all those monitors. So there's quite a bit to do, but that's why it's kind of nice to get ahead of things before all of a sudden the weather gets, you know, carried away on us and it's time to plant corn. So it's good to get after this stuff, but we got to work on a lot of things. A couple of tractors, the normal maintenance, the mulch finisher needs a little attention, the grain drill needs a little attention. So we got our work cut out for us, but things are going to start ramping up. You'll see more videos from us. So yeah, so thanks for watching, and we'll check you guys later.